Hey, how's everybody doing? Just coming back on to respond to a couple of people who said something in the last video. First of all, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but uh, us Christians and people who have been considered conservatives have been getting a lot of having a lot of problems online being censored. So my response to that uh, is probably going to be um, because I don't think we got a long time to be on these platforms. So my response to that is, and I'm not trying to be mean or I'm not trying to not answer someone, but my thing is I'm probably not going to answer some of the comments that are there. I don't have the time to explain myself, and people probably say, "Well, that's weird. You don't have the time to." I really don't have the time to explain things. You're a grown man. You're a grown woman. You should already know by now, especially if you say you're a Christian. You should already know what you stand for. Um, so one person said, I guess in the video, I must have said something about the gospel has been eroded. Um, if you don't know what that means, I don't know what to tell you. Men have the responsibility of receiving the gospel. So if you hear the gospel, we're responsible for what we do with the gospel. Some people, there's a parable of the different, the word of God was sown as seed, and certain people did certain things with it. And there was only one category, the four groups, only one did the right thing with the word of God. Of course, it's being eroded in the last days. If you come to me saying, well, what do you mean it's been eroded? It's eternal. The word of God is eternal. I'm not talking as far as God is concerned. I'm more talking as far as people is concerned, the pastors of this world. I mean, we have eroded. A lot of us have grown up in church, and we have left that word to people have used the Bible, and come up with their own gospel. And it's not God saying it; it's someone else saying it. Someone else preaching that a different gospel. And in Galatians Chapter 1, it talks about if you preach another gospel, you are considered a curse. And I see a lot of people come on here and they act smart. I'm not even that smart. They act smart, but you know where they're going. Sometimes I don't feel like arguing with people, especially a relative. If you consider yourself already saved, what soul am I saving? If you think you know everything. As far as being a Democrat or Republican, somebody had mentioned, as far as I'm not a Democrat or Republican, but I know that if I'm a vote, I will vote closer to what I think the Bible is trying to say. People have a true statement that when you vote Republican, you still get abortion. But I would rather, if I'm a vote, I would rather vote for somebody who is against it, even if they can't do anything about it, than someone who loves abortion. So if you vote Democrat and they out cold love abortion, then it says in Hosea 4:6, says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee." And so people say, well, that's your opinion, Phil. Well, if you read in the Bible and you have no, I hear people I have a certain family member who comes on and they respond, but I try to be nice and I try not to really say anything. But when you always come on here and you have a weak approach to what Jesus probably really wants, he said, as far as a Democrat or Republican, I think the Democrats are crazy. But I'm not saying God told me they're crazy. I just can observe they're crazy. Do I need God to say Democrats are crazy. I just observed that they're crazy. They are crazy. They luli. And when you sit here and you say everything bad Trump or everything bad Republican, I'm not Democrat or Republican, but when you say, oh, I'm a church, I'm a Christian, I'm a preacher, I'm gonna call myself a reverend, or I went to school for a pastor, and mail order school or whatever, and then you don't realize, okay, well, Trump's people went up to the Capitol insurrection and they did this. You believe everything you hear. Most of that stuff is fake. And a matter of fact, all this summer, these people were burning down buildings. And I didn't say it was Democrat or Republican, but the Democrats did say, oh, they're peaceful protests, and then burning down all the buildings. So what are you talking about? It's just like, what are you saying? I'm for Trump because of all that stuff is made up. Just like they spent 4 years making that stuff up. You say, well, I'm a Christian. I don't care who it is. If it's Obama and they're trying to throw him under the bus for no apparent reason, I'm going to say, why are they trying to throw Obama? I crack jokes. I try to be funny sometimes. I guess I fell at it, but I'm saying the same thing with Hillary. Why didn't y'all defend Hillary like y'all defend Joe Biden? At least Hillary got some sense. They threw Hillary under the bus, and she's probably even saying, "Why y'all didn't hook me up like this?" I mean, Biden's done crime right in our face, and it's okay. And I see the end times. I see I see it. I see everything. I just know we're somewhere in there. Even if it's 10 years from here or 10 months from here, it's close. And when people, get on here and I'm like, I'm not trying to answer no questions. I don't have the time for it. Even if it's just 5 people in the chat room. I mean, I don't have the time. We're being censored. I don't have the time to go back and forth. So I'm gonna unfriend people, even if they're relatives, because I don't have the time. People say you butt hurt, you just mad because of what? Because I do think I have a problem. I got family members who I dearly love, but I have a big problem with Christians voting Democrat. I even have a problem with us voting Republican, and you're right, because abortion's still going to exist, even if you vote Republican. It's just you take shorter time to get there or a different road. But at least they opposition against it. So when a Christian says, I'm reading this again, hopefully it says Hosea 4:6. Says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I would also reject thee. Thou shalt be no more priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of God, of thy God. So when people say, well, they get on here and they fuss at you for being you know what? They're on the bigger side now. You got the liberals or the progressives or whatever you want to call it. These guys who start businesses from their garage are really risk takers. So Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, they got the same mind frame. I'm not trying to say Republican, conservatives don't start businesses, but conservatives are conservative. They go in a different route than Democrats. I'm just saying that Democrats are liberals. Just say liberals. They're the ones who start businesses in their garages. So unless they start off conservative and end up liberal. You say, well, what are you talking? They're the ones who in the 70s, yeah, dude, let's smoke some weed, man. Come on, man. Let's build this computer. They're the ones that's doing that. All the big people are all the ones who actually start corporations like Google. they're free live. Let's live and free and die trying. Let's go and do what we're gonna do, build this building business. So they all from the same type of mindset. So if they own the media, they're gonna sway you into what they believe, and they all aim towards the same belief system. The new, the one world, government, one president, one Congress, one judicial system. We can be all in this together. Let's do it. Where you get conservatives, they want and I'm not talking about all conservatives, but they want sovereignty. The United States, the flag. This. So you get to a point where everything's political correct. I just came on here to do that video just to tell y'all what was coming, what was going on. If you watch all my videos, I didn't get political. I don't like being political. It was political because I haven't did a video for so long, and here I am. But when you get like these relatives that come on and they think they know everything, it's funny because you really don't want to say nothing. Because if I get real mean, I don't want to get mean to them, but I'm getting kind of frustrated because when the devil uses certain people to come in and get on your stuff to kind of come in and say certain things that it's just like, what is this person talking about? So I addressed the individual, but if you watch this video, don't be surprised if I block you, because I don't have the time to explain it to you, especially someone who says, "Oh, I go to church, my family." I see the hard course that certain, you have to go through in these last days, even fighting with fellow Christians and fighting with fellow, political, whoever believes in your political views. I'm more closer to Republican than I am Democrat. I'm not afraid to say that. You're not going to shame me in because I voted for Trump. I voted for him one time. I voted for Clinton once. I voted for George Bush once. I've never voted for a president twice. My first president was Clinton. So, if we had I would rather have, and people going to shoot me when I say this, but I would rather have Obama than Biden. Let me tell y'all why. Biden is going to be controlled. Biden can't even finish a sentence. I have a feeling that Kamala Harris is going to take over, and that lady can't even finish a sentence without laughing. Donald Trump, I would be honest. If I was a Democrat, I would probably say I don't see what y'all trying to get him on. For 4 years, I don't see what y'all was trying to get him on. Anytime someone hates somebody, there's a reason why they hate someone. Hey, Noble Sports, I love your program, man. You guys, Micro Mike, all those guys, man, awesome. So God has got a plan. I'm not trying to get butthurt for a political party or a political thing. I'm not. I would rather for Christ to return. If you watch all my videos, I would rather for the whole thing to just come to an end. But the problem with it is that I also I don't love this world to a point where I want God give us 20 more years or give us 10 more years, but I'm okay with that. But to be honest with you, we're not going to get any more holier than we are. We're going to get worse. Everybody's going to get worse. When I first moved into this house, boys were wearing pants and girls were wearing dresses. Now it's completely the flip side, the opposite. And people are calling it an offense if you say anything bad about the bad stuff, and then say anything good about the good stuff. You need to get with the times. It's just sad that way. That's where we at. And I come to a point where I really, you got to be careful. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm not coming out saying anything. I'm kind of speaking a soft code where everybody can get what I'm saying. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to argue with you guys. I'll say my little bit and I get out of there. If I feel like doing it, sometimes I might ignore what you're saying. It's not like I got 20,000 people right now and they're going to remember it. I only got like 12 people from what I see on my screen. But I stopped doing YouTube videos and stopped doing at certain times. I kept going, I would probably have more people to kind of know what I'm talking about, where I'm coming from. Ain't everything political no more. Just because I do a video for an hour, that don't mean you're gonna cover everything I believe. You can assume what you think I believe, but you won't be able to cover what I believe. Just like one of my cousins try to talk about once saved, always saved. You're gonna ruin them. They're gonna just go leave and they're gonna be discouraged. I was like, look, I'd rather for you to be discouraged and come back later and find the truth than be happy because I feed you full of pudding and it has poison in it. I'm gonna tell you, once saved, always saved does not go. If you said a sinner's prayer 10 years ago and you're not living for God, you're not gonna make heaven. And I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna be in the comment section saying, "Oh, you try to say." Everybody, Jesus said it himself. He says, many is going to try to enter in, but few are going to be able to. And that's because people are not following God with all their heart, mind, and soul. I can't make it up, and everybody's going to have a political view. A Christian's going to have a political view. That doesn't mean that's my stance. That's not my world. My political view doesn't make me. Following Jesus makes me. Following Trump is not going to send me to hell. And I say this is because the at least the Trump Republican Party stood for something and fought for life. I don't know if he could have just went in there and said, okay, no more abortion. But the Trump administration, at least the Trump, whatever you call it, policies, did fight for life. And that's why people hate him so much. They also hate, the main reason why they hate him, though, is because he believes in a America First policy. He doesn't believe in, we're gonna give all our money to the foreign lands and we're gonna blend into the world government. And that's exactly what's gonna happen before the Antichrist comes. Is when the Antichrist comes, America's not on the scene. People want to call it Babylon, but it's not Babylon. America's America. And when America comes up, when America's no more, it's not like it's going to be completely destroyed. It's just like America's just either when the Antichrist comes, is either America has a weak policy towards Israel and a weak policy towards helping the Middle East come, a non-war policy, I say. But the Antichrist is going to come and when America's at its weakest. And we can see that coming. We can see that coming a mile away. So like I said before, I'm sort of coming on here right now to just on my soapbox, just saying, man, the time is short. When people get on there and they come at me, and they say, you're, I don't know, most of these people are talking about, I disagree. The gospel has not been eroded. Yes, it has. The gospel has been eroded. The gospel has not been listened to. The gospel has been changed. Let me go to Galatians chapter. This is one of my older Bibles, but I haven't really been into this particular Bible. You can tell I've been reading it, but excuse me. Okay, here we go. It should be around here somewhere. Galatians. Come on, Galatians. Where you at? Galatians Chapter 1. And I'm going to get off this video because Galatians Chapter 1, verse 10. If I can find it. Galatians Chapter 1, verse 10. It says, I marvel that ye, Galatians chapter 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of Christ. It says, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. Yeah, it's not going to get better. I hate to be negative. I'm a very positive person. That's why we get caught up into thinking somebody's going to make America great again or change we can believe in. From, people get caught up with Obama's change we can believe in and President Trump's Make America Great Again. You get caught up with that stuff. America was never in the plans for a new world order. That's why John Kennedy got shot. John Kennedy was trying to take us out of the gold standard and would take the Federal Reserve out. Every time you mess with the Federal Reserve, you get shot or you get taken out. And I think what just happened in Donald Trump is they kind of shot him. It's not like physical shooting. In Hollywood and in music, sometimes they don't kill you. They make you go away. And people look at people like they're funny. Why would Joan Rivers, for instance? Joan Rivers had called out Barack Obama and his wife, and they supposedly killed her. But then some tapes came up that showed her with Clyde Davis walking out of a building and it looked like she just had plastic surgery. Ringo, the Beatles. This is a real mess. I'm just gonna say this and I'm gonna get out. They had made that comment that we're more popular than Jesus, and that was all she wrote. I know that the British MI5, the British government got ticked off at them for making that comment, but I think it was already gone in their band was already dismantled when he made that comment. John Lennon made that comment. So their band, dissolved. But before all of that happened, Paul McCartney, the real Paul McCartney, was killed in that car accident. And then they covered it up and they replaced him with someone who looks like him. So the Paul McCartney you see today is not really Paul McCartney. You say, well, you're talking about conspiracy theories. Well, the world is not good enough for you to not think something like that. I mean, I could see if we lived in gumdrops and in candy canes land where everybody's positive and nobody gossips, everybody loves each other, your neighbor brings you food when they think you're down, and people move your buggy instead on Christmas time, and happiness. Families are being dissolved, drugs are taking over, prostitution is running around. I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying, we're not living in a cream world. This is a serious world out there. You go out there, a dog eat dog world, and people just think everything's gumdrops and whatever. So to answer that person's question, the gospel is being eroded. The Bible says in the last days, some should depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Yeah, the Antichrist will solve the problems of the world, but I was thinking that the Antichrist, when he comes, the first 3.5 years is going to be like heaven on earth. But as I read it in the last year and a half, I've come to find out that the Antichrist's first 3.5 years are going to be just as worse as the second half. I didn't know that. I was like, wow, is the Antichrist? I mean, because when you read Revelation Chapter 6, he comes on the horse, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and one of the horsemen is death. So it's just like, okay, you're not even out of chapter 6 yet, and people are dying, So, like I said before, some of these videos are going to be taken down. I see it now. I hope it slows down. I hope this censorship slows down, because if it doesn't, then you're going to see me talking the way I'm talking right now. I'm just sort of trying to protect myself from keywords and things like that. But God is in control. You don't want to get on these internet and say, this is going to happen. Oh man, we really have to buckle down and go vote, and it's going to change everything. No, it's not. The best thing we can do is trust God, because if we don't trust God, then we're going to figure that we are trusting in man rather than God. I don't care who it is. I'm just reading some of the other. Is this a new? Oh, this is a new. No, that's an old video. And then they didn't even change the. Yeah, what politics, I don't trust men, but I still get to a position where you hope that you can have a amount of time to we're human, to preach the gospel or whatever you're going to do. We're selfish too sometimes. So when you talk about politics, you do want free course. You do want freedom. I mean, come on, man. I mean, why you think people fought for slavery, against slavery? Why you think people fought against the civil rights movement? Not fought against the civil rights movement, fought against the unjust, that we had in the 40s, 50s, 60s, even, So, they say the black people were 1/3 of the white man and all this other stuff. I mean, what do you think they fought for? So human instinct is, when you're drowning, is to swim, unless you want to kill yourself, unless you just want to die, you just go ahead and drown. When people say, I don't get involved in politics. It was just the last 4 months that I actually got kind of involved in politics somewhat. And I'm just addressing what's happening today. That's why I haven't been on doing videos for a while. And I just want you to know, when you come on to make a comment, I'm just addressing what's going on. The last couple of days, since I haven't been on, I believe that people come on here and they try to accuse you of just wanting politics and want to talk about. That's not me. If you watch my videos, you can go on YouTube or Facebook and YouTube, even though I didn't do a lot of YouTube videos. And you'll notice all I talked about is Jesus Christ coming back. So it's still the same way. So if I haven't been on Facebook or YouTube and I come on here and I talk politics, don't put me in a box and then say, oh, this is what he talks about. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm just doing it today because this is what's happening this week. And this is what's happening since I've been, back on, today. So I have people come up and they talk about you talking about their insurrection and went up to Capitol Hill and did this and did that. I'm like, that wasn't even Trump's people. And I would tell you if I even said that this summer, and it's not even regular Democrats burning down buildings, and people were, and even the Democrats were saying, oh, it's peaceful protests. We have the protesters with the rioters, and they're all combining together to burn down buildings, and the protesters ain't doing nothing. I mean, I was saying that the whole summer. I said it's not regular. It's not my mom and my cousins doing it. It's not them burning down the buildings. These are paid people. I even saw the article, the job application or the job announcement in the papers. We need rioters. We need what they call us, crisis actors. We need these people. Why don't Americans investigate stuff? We think we're gullible. We think everything's peachy keen and everything loving. The government loves us and everything's good. That's not true. Obvious. Why am I drinking diet soda without Splenda? Diet soda makes your brain go. I swear, man, I drink. If doctor, my arm hurts when I do like that. Don't do like that then. Don't drink Diet Coke. Well, you don't have to tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. I'm going to drink Diet Coke all I want. You have a heart attack. Do y'all know just regular Coca-Cola, too much sugar? Sugar could be a cause of heart attack. Being overweight too. I'm working out. I'm not going to the gym because it's closed, but I'll be doing push-ups, sit-ups, getting my, eating the right foods, getting my cholesterol level down. And that's what I'm going to do. A lot of push-ups, a lot of sit-ups, I'm going to go get some weights and just be doing whatever I'm doing and just doing that up and down. But, we have a lot of opinions. There's a lot of people having opinions. We don't follow the Bible. Like I said, you get on here, you talk about whatever you haven't talked about. I haven't been on here for months. So I get on here and talk about stuff, and then people come on and the comment section and just isolate in the box, put Phil in the box. I was just like, whatever, guy. Whatever, man. You voted for Trump. I can't believe that. No, we got two heads. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, man, those Democrat people are weirdos, crazy. AOC, we coming after Christian, they ain't coming after Christians too, but we got a list here and we hate, and y'all don't even realize what y'all doing when we put them in office. And most of it's cheating. I ain't gonna sit up here and be stupid and say they won fair and square. They did not win fair and square. Matter of fact, some of their Senate races probably cheated on. And am I mad? People come into Facebook, are you mad? I said, it ain't like that. It's not even like that. I know Christ is returning. How would you like if I knew Christ to come back? I'll set the little message coming in, when after I'm gone and says, are you mad? It's just like, why would I do that for? That's me. People want to rub it in your face. Are you mad? I don't care. I do care because I think they're going to control Biden, and once one party controls all three branches, it's no more to balance the government. The only balance we have is the amount of Democrats we can convince to vote against something. That's it. And his freedom of speech is gone. They're going to come after your Bibles. They're going to come after your guns. They're going to come after, they already came after your freedom. They're coming after more freedom. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Go. I don't know about vegan though. Vegetarian. I'm a probably end up doing vegan because I really don't drink a lot of milk. I'm against milk because milk caused my daughter to have a lot of issues when she was a baby. Because my wife breastfed all her kids and so my daughter, and she has some issues. And my daughter had a lot of issues. She was growing breasts really early, and she had hair on her arms and really early. So the milk is not good. The pyramid with the food pyramid is not good for you. regardless of what they're saying. They get paid the money. Remember all this bull crap we just went through about believing the science. Well, doctors don't come. They don't. What doctors should be telling you when you're gonna come in. This is what doctors should be telling you. You need to go on a diet, vegetarian diet. You can still eat meat sometime. Get your calendar, draw when you're going to eat some meat. If you're going to eat meat. If you don't eat meat, then don't eat meat. Have a calendar, have a schedule, eat healthy. They kind of just say it real fast. Eat healthy. And then they say, okay, we're going to give you some medicine. They're here to manage your sickness. Because if you heal it, then they're going to be put out of business. They're not going to have any more business because they're healing all your stuff by telling you to become a vegetarian or a vegan. They're not going to do that. Drop your cholesterol. Well, here's some medicine to drop your cholesterol. Why don't you just tell them to eat some apples? They're not going to do that because it's going to put them out of business. Right? So they don't want to be put out of business. So let's just be real, man. If you see, here's my dog right here. She's little. She's not little. She's a pit bull, but she can really make a lot. She's strong. She's like boom, 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 boom. She's not that big. It's just like, why are you making all this noise? But she's cute. But anyway, I only got 2 people kind of making comments. So I'm just showing the same person making the comments. The only thing I regret is not doing a lot of shows, a lot of YouTube. I should have just did more YouTube, but I felt like God was telling me to do Facebook. And, I was okay in Facebook, the time that he gave me for Facebook. But now it's time, whatever he decide to do now, he can do. But here's the deal. Like I said before, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but if I see a comment that I disagree with, I'm probably gonna let it fly a couple of times. But after that, I probably kind of block people. And the reason why is because I just don't have the time. I mean, a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, I could. Now we're being censored, so I don't have the time to sit here and try to explain a lot of things. Maybe on YouTube I might do that. Facebook might not. Okay. But time is short. I don't know when. It could be 5 months, 5 years. It could be 5 weeks. I have no idea. Like I said before, no man knows the day and hour. No, I didn't. I didn't say that before. I still believe it's a set date. I think it's something we shouldn't try to guess. I do take a look at Feast of Trumpets because it's a feast, one of the feast days, and the next one to be fulfilled. So I'll leave it at that. So this Feast of Trumpets coming up, you won't see me saying, "Oh, he's coming back." Y'all would say he could come back this Feast of Trumpets, but I won't do too many programs on it. I'll just probably intensify the videos that I do, is that he could come back at any moment. The closer we get to that time period, I think we're there, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping and this is kind of spoiled brat American for me to say this, but I'm hoping we don't have to go, Christians who are ready don't have to go through too much before Christ returns for his bride, because he's not going to let his bride go in and get beat up. So that's the theory I'm going to run with. He's not going to let his bride get, chopped up at the knees. So Christ, Jesus is in control. God is in control. God the Father is in control. The Spirit of God is in control. We have to put our faith in God. Maybe I am kind of butthurt when it comes to people kind of boxing you in on the English language is not that powerful for me to do one show and you to grasp hold of that and just run with it. Run with it. You believe in the insurrection at the House of Representatives and blah 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 blah. I'm like, look, I didn't even believe that was Democrats. It was not true Democrats in the summertime burning down the buildings, and it's not true Republicans who went up to the Hill. These are paid people by George Soros or whoever has the money and capital to do it. So stop saying it's Republican or Democrat unless you really know. I'm just giving you a guess that after looking at the videos and stuff, that's like the people who met, what's his name? What is that congressman name? The one get on our nerves because he looked like he cry and looked like he want to cry when he's like, get out the vote. And then once he wins, he throws Trump under the bus. What is that guy's name? Anyway, it looked like he want to cry because he always looked like he's all red and stuff. I say, wait a minute. Trump helped you out and then you gonna throw him under the bus. It's just like, it's kind of like, it's funny how Bernie Sanders, they threw him under the bus and they stole it from him and gave it to Hillary. And then they did it again to the guy. And they stole it from, they made what's her name? Stay in the race. Elizabeth Warren stay in the race. And then she took his votes and then he ended up losing. And then they cheated on him again and said, now, if they cheat on their own guy, they're going to probably cheat on the nationals. So you know what happens when communism takes over? They start to cheat on these elections. And now you look at these elections like there will never be another Republican presidential candidate to run for president again or win presidency. Okay. Anyway, God bless you guys out there. I hope y'all having a wonderful day. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Like I said before, the time is short. Start reading your word. Start being in prayer and seeking the Lord while He can be found. Just like you get to, it's my dog over here. You get to a point where you start losing hope. Pick up your Bible, read it. Pray, seek the Lord with everything you got. That's what I'm doing. Don't get so caught up in the world where you miss the boat. That's what happened to the people in Noah's time. They got caught up in the world. They got blinded, and they said, well, where's that at? Where is that? Well, the Bible talks about in James Chapter 4, friendship with the world is enemies against God. They said, well, lighten up. You're okay. And then I'll make that person a visit when I get left behind, because a lot of people are going to tell you you're okay. It's fine. Everything's good. And they're gonna give you their opinion, but they're not gonna give it to you out of the Bible. Okay. Anyway, God bless you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. I'll be back on. I'll probably be back on a few times, trying to get this word out before we completely the window and the door completely closed, and we won't be able to preach the gospel. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day.